Father Roderick, and welcome to beautiful France. I'm glad you can join me during this very short live stream, or maybe you're watching this afterwards, and then I hope you enjoy the images. So I'm here in what feels and looks like Middle Earth. This is totally my happy place. I'm at the foot of the Pyrenees, this long mountain range that separates France from Spain, and I'm on yesterday. Hi, Tanya. Yesterday, I've been filming in Lourdes in this beautiful Marian shrine for my TV show. So I'm working ahead of time, filming all sorts of documentaries that will be broadcasted later this year, so in September or October. And I was able to film everything yesterday. And so I worked for about, I don't know, 10, 11 hours. So today I'm giving myself some time off, and I'm walking here in this amazing nature, these beautiful surroundings on the GR. It's one of those grand randonnées. So it's these itineraries that have been designed for people that like to walk, for hikers. And this also happens to be the road to Santiago de Compostela. And exactly 2 years ago, I started with this itinerary. I was walking on this road, and I had about 850 kilometers ahead of me before I would arrive in Santiago de Compostela. And on that first day, I had no idea what an amazing adventure this would become, and it's been really a life-changing event. I would do it again in a heartbeat. And now that I am here in the same region again, I'm walking that same road. All those memories are flooding back, and this time I'm able to stream this and share it with you. And so, just to give you an idea what the surroundings look like, I'm gonna switch to the camera in the back of the phone, and I will show you the mountains in the distance. Into memory lane, not that good. Really out over there. We're there in the distance. See the beginning of the mountains, and there's even a little bit of snow on top of those mountains. Those are not very tall, so the further you walk, the more snow you'll still see in this season. And so the road continues in this direction. And doesn't this look like the Shire? I mean, I would not be surprised to encounter Gandalf here on his with his horse and carriage, with the fireworks in the back. Enjoying taking photos all morning long. I've got this new camera that I've used mainly for filming, but it also has beautiful lenses for photography. And so I've been doing some macro butterflies and little beautiful flowers, and help you focus even more on the beauty of the surroundings here. So hope you all are doing fine. Let me know if you're watching. Suggestion. If not, I'll just keep on talking and keep on showing you. Well, actually, I'm gonna stop talking for a second so you can listen to the sounds here, or actually the lack thereof, because it's so incredibly quiet. One of the joys of walking, here, nothing. There's no noise. I turned off all the notifications on my phone, so I'm not disturbed by all the usual noise and white noise and the clutter. And the silence alone allows me to find myself and to I don't know, to calm down and focus on the here and now. That's one of the, I think one of the is to find this peace. Just look at these tiny little beautiful pink flowers along the road. Gorgeous. So I just missed that chat message. Let me go back. I'm sprinting with this I turned it on. Now I can't find that last chat message anymore. So my apologies if I didn't react on live chat. All the messages are visible. Right? It is a sunny day here. It is. Today's not as beautiful as it was yesterday. For me, it's good enough. It's really good enough. Just listen to the birds here. Quiet it is. Gorgeous. Good morning, Rodrigo. And welcome to beautiful France. normally on a day of walking the Camino, I wouldn't be at this stage. You'd wake up very early. Normally I'd wake up, I'd get going at 6 o'clock. I'd wake up at 5:30, get dressed in the dark, and then I'd hit the road at 6 without coffee, without breakfast. And then after about an hour or an hour and a half, usually you would come across a village, and that's where you would get your first breakfast. Because you tend to live like a hobbit when you're walking these long distances. You tend to have first breakfast, second breakfast, 11 seas. With everything beautiful in the world, it proves time again how amazing God is. I totally agree with you. The menu here in France for breakfast is very simple. If you've seen my Facebook page or my updates. Hey, oh, we have someone from New Zealand. That's good. That's great. Blue Boy wants to know, hold on, 51 years old. I was born in 1968. And walking keeps me young. So breakfast, I posted a photo of my breakfast here in France. And unfortunately, the French are not very good at breakfast. It's just a croissant and a coffee with milk. And, well, the coffee, of course, is great. But I'm used to something more substantial. And the croissant is even without butter, without marmalade. So next to me was a big group of Irish pilgrims. And they ordered this amazing breakfast that made me salivate. They had like bacon and eggs and fries, tomatoes. I mean, it must have cost them a fortune because, of course, the prices downtown in Lourdes are based on, you know, tourists, which is quite understandable. But I was like sitting there with my meager croissant, and they were just eating and eating and eating. I bet you to see the first Star Wars. When absolutely, I saw Star Wars at the movies as a child. I was 7 years old, I think. 7 or 8 years old, don't remember. But I cherish that memory, and I'm very happy that I was able to see that and to have that. That was the start of my life with Star Wars, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around again so you can see where I'm heading. There we go. So this is one of the reasons that I brought into the forest in Germany. I think I've been once just for a short walk because we were traveling further down south. But yes, I love forests, I love mountains, basically nature. One of the most beautiful places I've ever been was New Zealand, and is New Zealand. I've been there twice. Second time I went to the southern island, and really, I didn't want to go back. It was not only the most beautiful country, but also a country with a calm. And I had not a day that I don't dream of coming back. I remember this. I remember this place. I've been here before. Have I come across the Beast Castle from Beauty and the Beast? No. I remember lost actually. Here I was walking Camino. I was walking with an American from Orange County, and he was much more in shape than I was. I think he had like water polo, very, very physical shape, but also was totally unexperienced when it came to walking. So he missed this. He was so he still, or perhaps he couldn't read it because French. And so he went that way. I, of course, went this way, and I lost him, and he had no phone or anything, and actually made him to go on the spot. I've never seen that before. So he was in Lourdes. He was doing a tour of Europe. I think he was between 2 years of his study or something like that. And at the end of he was staying at an inn that was actually set up for pilgrims to Santiago. And that's where he met this girl, and that girl actually also wanted to walk to Santiago, but she got injured, and so she couldn't continue. But so struck her, right, that he would walk all the way to Santiago de Compostela. I remember he had these totally inconvenient sports shoes, like sneakers. It was like, there is no way you can walk 25 kilometers, 30 kilometers a day on sneakers. That's not going to work. He was like, well, we'll see. And, well, he was really, really relaxed. And so he just walked and walked and walked. And we actually met each other. Bonjour. We met each other again in the first village, the first stop. Because when you leave in Lourdes, they give you a leaflet with all the itineraries, and it's kind of about 25 kilometers a day, and then they will tell you where you can sleep for the night. Because you don't plan, at least I didn't plan anything in advance. And so we met each other again at that first stop, and then the next day we were so full of energy that we made the biggest mistake ever. And that was that we, instead of walking just 25 kilometers, we felt so good and the weather was just like this. It was beautiful weather, nature was fantastic. So we decided to walk twice the distance. So we that day we walked almost 40 kilometers, or perhaps even more than that. And when we arrived at the town, it was very hard to find a place to stay because everything was already closed. We got a question here. With my travel with father, I've never been to France or Germany. Oh, the comments really disappear really quickly here. Oh, you've never been to a lot, or you've been to a lot of these places. Okay. Oh, you've never been to France, but to a lot of other countries in the world. That's good to hear. And yes, Brenda, the chirping birds are amazing. That's one of the things I love the most, is the sounds of nature. And the smells, unfortunately, I can't share that with you, but you smell the woods, you smell the plants. Sometimes you've got these very strong fragrance from the flowers and the herbs. Hey Chin, I love it that you appreciate the videos, and I hope you enjoy this little impromptu walk. So anyway, when we arrived, he took off his shoes. I could tell that he was walking not so good. He had trouble walking. So actually we visited the mayor to get the to get the key to the what's it called, the place where we would stay. He took off his socks, and both feet were covered in blisters. I'd never seen something like that. It looked like something from a horror movie. And so the next day he actually had to stop. He had to stay for another day. That was his plan. And I hesitated. I was also very tired, and but I decided to go on and to walk by myself, which actually jeopardized almost my entire Camino, because it turned out that I injured my Achilles heel, and if you force it, you can get an inflammation. That's exactly what happened. And the next couple of days I suffered tremendously, could barely walk, and I was really afraid that that would be the end of my Camino, because I just overdid it. I did exactly what every experienced hiker told me not to do, is to go beyond the prescribed amount of kilometers. So fortunately, a couple of days later, I met this doctor who actually lives from Lourdes. I'm gonna, oops, sorry about that. The low this doctor is faithful, and and cope with that. He had to go on this pilgrimage. Very religious, very pious doctor. And so he helped me. Actually, he told me I had some medication for my knees, because I sometimes have these kidney stone attacks, and so I have some strong painkillers. And he saw that, and he's like, you can take those, and they're also anti-inflammatory. So if you take those for a couple of days, that may heal your Achilles tendon, and I'll walk with you, and I'll slow you down. And so that's what we did. And fortunately, after a couple of days, the injury was over, and I walked with him until I covered the city. He couldn't do the entire trip to Santiago, so that next year he has come back and finished the pilgrimage. So, but for a week or so, or perhaps longer, I walked the Camino with him. And tonight I'm going to see him again, and we're going to reminisce and talk about those days that we spent together. And it's incredible how quickly you form these bonds of friendship when you're walking the Camino. And people that I've only met for 2 or 3 days, you will always remember them. And I'm sure that if I would meet them again, like tonight, it's as if no time has passed. So this is my sales pitch for the Camino de Santiago. If you have the time, if you have the occasion in your life, do it. The Price is Right says, when one of my army buddies took his ankle hiking up an inclined mountain staircase, it was very painful to walk. I go back. How are you guys? This live streaming is confusing me. Okay, sometimes it is, especially when you're in low power mode, the phone does weird things. So I want to get a new phone. Next time I'm here, I want to have something that has a little bit of a stronger battery and is a bit better in terms of camera as well. All right. One last one because it is to say bye before we reach. So here we've road goes up, and then it's always the trick to find the hidden signs that you which one to pick. I'm going to explain how that works. So if I were to go this way and you look around, then all of a sudden you see here on this tree, and sometimes you really have to see these directions. And these are indicating itinerary. So this lower one is first itinerary. This is this yard, the Santiago that I'm following, and it actually has a cross through it. So it means don't go. And so it's by force of elimination that you know that I have to return. I'm not even wearing good walking shoes. I kind of put my into my filming shoes. Very comfortable, not suitable for long distances. And then I probably have to go this way in order to continue to Santiago. So I'm gonna walk for a few more hours and head back to Lourdes, which will take me some more. Oh, train here that passes by Lourdes. So yeah, I'm absolutely wearing church shoes. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Ça va?
Oui, et vous aussi?
En train de vous promener aussi?
Oui.
C'est beau ici. Hein?
Et vous, d'où venez-vous?
Moi je vis aux Pays-Bas et je suis à Lourdes pour l'instant.
Oui, d'accord.
Mais je me suis dit, il fait beau.
Bien fait.
Il y a deux années, j'ai fait le Camino de Santiago. Alors, je me suis dit, je vais faire les mêmes promenades aujourd'hui, un tout petit bout. Juste pour les souvenirs. Quoi. Alors, bonne promenade. Ah bah ça va, je me débrouille.
Allez, bon séjour. Hein?
Bon séjour, vous aussi. So that's the people you meet when you're walking. These are, I think, religious sisters. They were wearing a small cross. So it's always fun to have a chat, and very, very kind. All right, that's it for now. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this live stream, and if so, spread the word and share it with some other people that, yes, secret language, yes. We were just chatting, nothing special. So anyway, yeah, help me promote the YouTube channel for if you know anyone who could be interested in this. It always helps a little bit. So anyway, talk to you guys later, and thanks for watching. Take care.